immediately drop the frames and desync the audio, and we are live, as it should be. Um, so what
Feels good to be
happened?
back.
What happened last time? We took a long break. Well, you have severed the head of Lance. Um, I don't know who is in possession of it right now. It was a
I don't know. I didn't write who has the head.
Casey had it last and passed
okay.
out.
All right.
Nobody else has it anymore. So
Got it. Got it. So it was a fierce battle over a raging sea. You all nearly drowned. Many of you taking some pretty heavy injuries during this fight. The crew, worn torn and, beleaguered by this fight. The ship barely flying at this point. It sort of stutters its way slowly along the, just barely over the ocean side. Due to some technical finaglery on the part of Wulfric, he has managed to get you guys a little higher into the air. You're now about 3,000 feet above the ground, which for air vehicles isn't actually that high. The real problem is this: Wulfric has basically told all of you that in the state the airship is in, it is not gaining any more height. In fact, at this point, anytime you guys lower height, you cannot regain it, right? Until you land for repairs.
Didn't we see like an area that we could land?
Yes, so at the very end of the last session, you guys began flying over the giant island of Jokkawog, right? Now in Jokkawog there are a couple areas you could land. Hollow knows of a place as well, and he's advocated for it. On top of this, there is the city of the Aarakocra and the two pirate republics, the one in the southeast and the one in the northwest you can choose from. The one in the northwest is especially far, though, and Trevane has warned all of you that he probably would not be able to make it that distance. Everyone on the crew is tired. Casey is essentially asleep right now in her bunk, still recovering from the experience, and has been rather cloistered after she was released from captivity. And you all are running a little low on supplies. It's early in the morning. Everyone's a little exhausted. What do you all do?
Do we get a night's rest, like a long rest?
Yes, you guys have had a long rest since the fight. You guys are back to full in every regard, though maybe not morally.
Is there any damage to the ship? Like anything that we should that could be a potential worry later on, like that I could fix?
Yes, there's extreme engine damage right now. The thing is barely pushing you guys through the sky. You guys are going at about a third the airship's normal speed. And if you were to be attacked by someone on a hippogriff or from any kind of aerial foe at this point, you would be a sitting duck.
Which is why we're lucky that we escaped.
Mm-hmm.
Does it need any repair? Does it need constant repair, or is it fine as it is?
So
does it need our attention?
Yeah, in its current state, with what supplies you have, you and Wulfric have been working on the engine, but you haven't been able to essentially make any headway. You've just been able to keep the attrition at bay. You've just made sure the problem doesn't get worse. And that's about all you can do in your current state.
That's our best.
Yeah,
case.
You would need a more dedicated right? dry dock to make some real repairs on this thing.
Just wondering, we still have Giovanni, right?
Yeah, Giovanni is with you.
Can we ask Giovanni to repair it once we dry dock?
I mean, I could do repairs. If I had the tools, sure, I would be more than willing to assist in that endeavor, but, as of right now, there's not a whole lot I can do.
Yeah.
It's best that we land, but we get back, please. I don't know exactly what's going on.
What is that, Hollow? You're whispering very quietly.
It's best that we land. It's better to land safely or on the water, either way.
Well, we're
The
not
engine can
above
be
the water
repaired later.
anymore. We have... I know the Aarakocra are the closest to us. And they're good at airship engineering, so that'd be one option.
If it's the closest, then we should go there. We shouldn't risk pushing this machine further in its condition. It could just make things worse.
Yeah.
Do we know where they stand?
We could go to my home tribe. My father actually owns a shipping yard where he makes and repairs boats. So he could probably repair this ship with his crew. And some of you guys could help out, and maybe we could even get work.
Wait a minute, there's nothing but mountains and jungles between here and the Republics. What do you mean he owns a dry dock? He owns a dry dock in the middle of the jungle?
Not particularly. There's a certain spot between the borders of the Aarakocra and my place, where there's just a small little river that leads out to the ocean. You can land in between there and travel to my home tribe, and then get repairs there.
Well, it appears we have two options on the table then.
Plus, it's cheaper.
Well,
Let's put it to a vote then, yeah?
the question, as to everyone else who would probably know, do we know where the Aarakocra stand? If we go there, would we be, like, are they on the side of the
We
queen?
don't want to.
No, the
participate in that.
Aarakocra, in most political struggles, tend to stay neutral. Like they try to, their whole thing is about the freedom, as it were, of to be aloof and uninvolved and able to go where your heart desires. So the nation itself stays completely out of those affairs and lets the individual sort of make their own personal decisions on that.
Oh, okay. So, like, Sweden versus, like, they're
Yeah,
on their,
sort of
their
like
own
a
thing.
Swiss neutrality kind of thing.
Okay.
It's neutral territory. You'd be fine either way. You're not.
Okay.
So let's put it to a vote. And as Giovanni does so, the various crew members split 50-50. So it then comes to you four to sort of cast the deciding votes.
And then we become 50-50.
I mean, that is an option.
I mean, Jermaine could always be final vote. He is captain.
I feel like we should just do the safest option. Whichever is safer, we should do.
Well, the Aarakocra are closer, so I say Aarakocra.
Yeah. We can still go afterwards if it's not too far to your home island. Not island, I guess village at this point?
Yeah, it's a pretty big village, hidden, and between the border of the Aarakocra and, well, my place. Plus, you can get a discount on repairs on the ship. You also get, you can also get a job, and we are pretty broke. All of us.
Yeah.
We're all broke.
Looking at the rivers of it, it looks like Hollow's hypothetical landing point isn't much farther. It's a pretty
then let's go to
trivial
Hollow.
distance.
Oh, in that case, let's just go to Hollows.
Yeah, might as well then.
We just wanted to go to the safest one.
Anyway, Captain
That's fine,
Trevane,
that's
I
fine.
think they've given you your heading. And Trevane kind of shrugs and he's like, well, I was going to tie break with this coin, but I guess. Oh, all right, Hollow, come to the helmsman. I need you to help guide me. Come on.
All right.
I mean, to be fair, it's just trust Hollow.
There's an opening.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be set to land.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And At the behest of Hollow and Trevane, the ship begins lowering and following along a sort of snaky river shape. Um, and eventually, it feels like at some point, you're not sure when, but you sort of pass like a barrier, as it were, like a barrier spell. And you just sort of, and you're not even sure at what point it happens, but you feel like something wash over you at some point. Um, the jungle begins to give way to more settled fields, and actually set on the river, you see these four sort of stone towers with rigging coming off of them, parked on either side of the river, right? And as you're getting closer, you're seeing some fellows sort of like looking down with these sort of like wide hats they're wearing at you as you begin to pull into this river station.
Hey, open the gates. It's me.
Okay, so Hollow, you make yourself known.
Mm-hmm.
And as Hollow makes himself known, the guys in the wide hats essentially pull out like these sort of long like scarf-looking flags and begin like waving them back and forth. And that's the cue for various people in the tower to begin tossing ropes to the crew so that they can tie the ship down and essentially moor it to the towers. With that, a gangplank extends from one of the stone towers to the ship's top deck, and you have officially landed.
Is there anything we should know about this city? Rules? Will we get stabbed?
Are you asking
No.
like DM or Hollow?
Anyone. I'm just like, just a general question, like, out to anyone, because he doesn't really know this area. It's like, he doesn't know who knows this place.
Okay.
So it's like,
Yes, disembodied voice.
Yeah,
Please.
I'll answer what you know in your head, and then Hollow can answer like what he says to you as well. So, what you know of this place, right, is that there are rumors of people indigenous people living in between the sort of semi-colonialist, like sort of post-nation states of the pirate republics, and the Aarakocra who live deep in the mountains. There's rumors that people lived here, but you and really the whole party outside of Hollow did not know whether or not these rumors were true. The style of architecture is that of like it feels somewhere between sort of an Aztec and Malian feel, where there's a lot of dark brickwork, a lot of stone facades with various faces and motifs carved into them, and this is even true with the towers. And the gentlemen who you've been seeing are generally wearing like a cloak, like a wool cloak or poncho that covers, from their shoulders all the way down to their ankles. And beyond that, you cannot see too much. Some of them are wearing masks, sort of the way Hollow is. Some are not. And it's very common to see sort of this wide straw hat that a lot of them are wearing in order to block out the hot jungle sun in the places where, it's not present.
Wait,
oh, so like, okay.
I just have one question.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, what do they? I'm sorry. I wasn't like super attentive because I was looking for some music to put on, but all I heard was they had this white tinted hat and white robe.
They have. Well, what they're wearing is essentially like wool ponchos with a lot of like work put into them to sort of display an array of like colors and motifs and symbols.
Oh, okay.
They have like some heavy stonework with like the occasional wood support beam sort of coming out at the side, as sort of like an impromptu ladder for the people who seem to be very apt at just like climbing the ladders, barring any supports. And yeah, like one of the common things is that they're wearing sort of these wide straw hats.
Oh, straw hats.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
I
have
thought you
like a
said
little
something else.
kind of embellishment at the top. Sort of like a either a feather or like a little shape made it out of the straw or something like that. And
Mm.
some are wearing masks like Hollow, some are not, and they're waving it in and sort of mooring your ship right now. The reputation of these people, some people say they're incredibly dangerous and they'll kill you on sight. Others say like they're absolute saints and there's nothing to fear at all from them. The more surprising fact is that like they even exist because some, for the most part, it was rumors even if they were living out here. And with
Mm.
that, like Hollow can say essentially whatever he wants to about like Bear's sort of blurted out loud question of like, are we safe here? Like, what's going on? Kind of thing.
So, yes, you are safe here as long as you follow the rules. Don't cause too much trouble. Don't steal. Don't kill, and don't lie about anything really. Also, 11, don't transform into someone else. Just be yourself. You could actually get in trouble for that because we had certain problems with people shape shifting into other people, and it just caused havoc. Um, just another note: this place remains sacred, secret, and neutral. So, just for precautionary measures, we'll mess with your memory just a little bit.
Mm.
I will pass out notebooks for each of you to write down, and so you won't forget everything. You'll just forget the visit here and some of the technology. Giovanni, you'll have a blast here. There's so much you can learn.
What? They have technology? I don't.
We have technology from all over the world. This is one of the most technologically advanced and magically advanced places in the world, I'd
Is
say.
there
But
a
that's just my
is there a
opinion.
planar gate here?
Well, you just have to wait and find out.
Oh, because that could be a way to get. And with that, like Giovanni, you can see is instantly sort of lost in thought, sort of pondering things.
Bear is
Um,
also lost in thought.
mhm.
Could
um,
improve
Confused.
our ship. Just saying.
Already, dock workers begin like coming on and discussing things with various crew members, like ideas of resupply, repairs, things like that. And Trevane and Thelbin are already caught up in negotiations for food and repairs. And with that, you guys are
Delvin's in
kind of
charge of
free to go
negotiation.
about.
Alright, I just like the idea that Delvin's in charge of negotiations.
I mean, for foods, he is, yeah.
Yeah, but that's very important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone on this ship has an important job. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here.
Fair enough. What's the first thing we would want to do? Money, supplies, information.
Yeah, we should probably get some money so we can fix our ship and maybe even bring it back stronger if we can. Make improvements so we don't get destroyed like last time.
Well, if you want to do that, let's bring a ship around to my father's docking station. We'll just repair your ship and fix it up all nice. It will be also attuned to get a new paint job and just give it a whole makeover,
Well,
just so we're not seeing.
so Hollow, your ship is or the ship is currently put into the main dry dock, so you're basically already there. And actually, you would know that your father essentially has like an office at the top of one of these stone towers.
Should we just go talk to your father? Or
Yeah. Hey, yo, pops, I'm back.
and you begin making your way over to the southwestern tower. And as you're standing at the base of it on one of the gangplanks, or not gangplanks, but like the wooden scaffolding that connects these buildings, you can see like sort of the hands of an older gentleman holding like a spyglass and just sort of looking at the ship that's landed in his dock up and down, and you can tell that is definitely your father, as he likes to take a first look at any ship that lands.
It's been a while. How have you been?
And it's about 4 stories between you two. He's like, "Oh, you?"
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been gone on adventures, and these misfits are my little squad. We travel together.
Misfits? They look like a proud company. I'll be down there 1 minute. And the telescope retracts back in, and you can hear not the sound of footsteps, but the sound of like a little freight elevator, as sort of the bronze door on the bottom floor pops open both sides, and you see sort of a man in his like 40s, 50s, salt and pepper hair, a little scope over one eye, and very traditional, but you can already tell very like professional and like respected clothing. The garb of a dockmaster is something you can sort of tell across cultures to some extent. And even on his like poncho, there's like little embellishments of like airships and like anchors and things like that. And he comes up to Hollow and he says, "Oh my God, you haven't changed a day. Come here, come here." And he like immediately throws Hollow into like a huge hug. And this is a big dude too, like 6'4" easy, maybe more.
Okay, hold on. Oh, it's a little too tight. You kind of crushing me.
No,
You're a big
no,
guy.
no, it's not. I'm just showing the love. I'm just showing the love. And then he releases after a moment. Come in, you three. Come in, come in. And the site behind you is something reminiscent of Giovanni's workshop, where it's like you can see brass and like constructs of various types sort of flitting about. And what looks to be like a hollowed out modron even is like held up on ropes in one corner of this little workshop slash office, and like airship designs are plastered over various walls, held on by like some resin made out of animal fat. And he you can hear he like snaps his fingers, and like little little like straw and brass constructs begin immediately like working on making like cups of coffee and little rice biscuits and things like that. He says, "Sit down. What can I do for all of you then?"
Well, we should introduce ourselves first. Well,
Oh, yes,
come on, guys.
introductions. Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself.
I'm Lavin. Thank you for your hospitality so far.
And you?
Come on now.
And he looks at Bear kind of expectantly.
Bear's just looking at the little constructs moving. And like he turns. Oh, my name is Bear Bijon Bijon. At your service.
Oh, that name. You're from the south, aren't you? From the great raider
Yes, sir.
ships, right?
You've heard of us.
Oh, everyone's heard of you guys.
Yeah.
I tend to, when designing ships, look at naval inspirations, and the strange ships your folk use. Oh, I love the design of them. I've always wanted to take a look at one face to face. And
Well,
scrawny gentleman, who are you?
Referring to me because like
Yeah, you.
or okay. I'm a series. I don't have a last name yet. I'm thinking of one to make. I'll do that when I'm famous enough. But,
Ambitious. I respect that.
thanks. You're Hollow's father, right? Nice to meet you.
I am.
And he bows and like, like a doorman bow, like top of the morning.
Yeah, a nice, respectful bow. The father really doesn't know what to do with that, but he smiles and he goes along with it. And and with that, the biscuits begin like being laid out on the table, and the coffee is brought forward. And he says, "Would any of you like a smoke? Anything else I can do for you? I don't know what you all like to do to relax."
You already know I got my.
Hmm.
I think she's still recovering on the ship.
Oh, you have another person with you.
Yeah.
I don't know about with us. I don't know.
She's-
Lavin's more close to her, but
She's with us.
Okay. It's all right. In the course of life, you'll have these rocky waves where you don't know if you're gonna make it through. Is he going to go with me to the festival? Is he not? Where am I going to be in 5 years? It happens, and don't worry, you all will get through it. I believe in you. You all seem like a beautiful little family already, a true kinship.
Well, now that formalities are over with, let's get down to business. We, through our travels, came across some problems. That's why the ship is wrecked. We went to the empire next door and had a dealing with a green dragon.
Oh.
Assassinated the Duchess and framed us for the murder. Then it hunted us down with its subordinates, and that's how the ship is. It took
Okay.
over. Actually, let me call in Giovanni.
So-
You'll like him.
So if we're talking Grand Duchess, that would mean Viscorin, yes?
Yes, for scoring.
Hmm. That brings a lot of trouble.
Indeed, that's why I don't plan on staying here too long. I would like to keep this place hidden and neutral.
All right. And you sort of expected Giovanni to come by soon, anyways. But he kind of like bursts in a few minutes before you were expecting him, and he's like, "Casey's gone."
Oh,
like dead?
No, like everything she had on her vanished. I don't know what happened.
Who's watching her?
I don't even know when she disappeared.
We have the same
We sort of
problem.
left her alone in the cargo hold. She could have been gone for days at this point.
We really need to make it a point to actually watch our prisoners instead of just letting them be alone.
Well, we thought she was all right. And
this happened with Lance as well.
Giovanni sort of said that like all in a huff when he first bursted in, but like after a few seconds he looks at everything around him in this room. He gets like a big smile on his face, and he gingerly takes a seat next to Hollow, and he says, "Right, so what do we need?"
First off, introduce yourself real quick. You two will become great friends.
Mm-hmm. And they make the introductions. Giovanni, Count of Sabino, and Hollow's father, who we have not named yet, shipmaster of the Jokawog tribes. And they begin spitting out technical terms that go over all of your heads almost immediately, and the two seem to be getting along very well, but getting completely off topic.
Back on topic, boys. Sorry, boss. Here, take this notebook. Giovanni, it's your notes. I've written them down. I thought they would be useful in the future.
So, yeah, let's get to business, right? What do you need from me? Because if you've come back home, clearly something is amiss. All right. And I don't think an attack from Viscora is a one-off situation.
Well, initially we came here to regroup after fleeing Piscora. We figured this would be a safe spot for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
We don't plan on staying long. I guess just now long enough to get our ship repaired after we ran into some issues on the way here.
And what has you living this mobile lifestyle?
Oh, Don Francesco kind of took over Piscora.
I'm not familiar
a
with that
bunch of
name.
Giant ancient green dragon.
Green dragon, yes, you mentioned that. Right, so why are you involved in fighting a green dragon, then?
Giovanni here had hired us to retrieve some keys that control a clockwork dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That was initially built to take out Francesco. And in the process of trying to achieve that, we found out Francesco had infiltrated the Duchess's courts and engineers and such, and he did a coup. We barely got out of there alive. Took Mysterious, I think, 2 weeks to fully recover.
Well, that would explain why the Viscoran airships have been going on different routes recently.
Yeah, they're looking for us.
Well, they shouldn't find you here. In dimension very, very far from this one, they talk of things like ninjas. You can sort of think of it along those lines. If you're familiar with those concepts.
I've read a few books.
So, if I am to understand this correctly, right? If we're talking about a green dragon taking over one kingdom, right? This would then play into the other for trying to do something similar.
Yeah, apparently there's a dragon cult that's trying to get these 5 dragons into power.
We all know the story of what happens, and sort of the legends of Tiamat's revival and things like that. That's a fairly well-known legend, even this far out. So if that is the case, then they are trying to do... You're trying to search down the other 4, is that correct?
Yeah. We know the Sultan of Uruli is currently in conflict with the Blue Dragon's army, currently. And we were told of Copacha, who's... He once faced Francesco himself, 100 years ago. And we figured to come... He's in this area, so once our airship is prepared, we will seek his advice.
Yes.
On how to proceed.
I am, you came to the right person. I have, in fact, met Copacha once, during a trip to the lands of the Aarakocra. He's very much up in years, and I can give you some information that may help you. I know that he's a very revered elder around there, so he's either... The Aarakocra, they run their system through a council of elder, birdmen, yeah? So he's likely peripheral to that council in some way.
Right.
On top of that, I can give you a limited physical description of the man. I never spoke to him, only saw him in passing. But he was large, He was flightless. He was green. And he seemed to be using like a cane or a walking stick or something like that to get around. So I can give you that information. He's likely going to be living in the Aarakocra capital city, but beyond that, I don't know too much about him. But the bigger question... What's that?
Birds? Is there many green birds? Aarakocra? Or is that quite rare?
They're fairly diverse. They could look like any bird.
They vary in color wildly. Red, green, blue, black, white, they come in more colors than we do.
I only come in two, and he's bare just looking at his skin.
I mean, I can come in almost any color.
Fair enough.
That's an interesting party trick. Now, a couple other things, if I can have all of yours times, yes? So one, I would also say, don't worry too much about any dragons trying to take over the Jokkawog Isles. I will say this. These isles are protected by 3 bronze dragons who have lived here since time immemorial. These defenders of our island are going to ensure that nothing takes over these lands.
We can ask them if they know him. They seem real.
You can ask them for sure, though. Good luck getting to their nests. They roost on these sort of rocky outcroppings where the island juts out of the sea at a 90-degree angle, stone cliffs, for like 200 feet in a perfect concentric wall. And always around those islands, the wind is howling tough, and the seas are rough. Even with an airship, there's a good chance you'll be smashed to bits. The entire point is that they only calm these seas when peaceful traders are coming by. If there's pirates, or if there's people trying to become uninvited guests and thieves of the dragon's hordes, the waters turn into a maelstrom and smash anyone to bits. Trust me, foolhardier adventurers than you have tried to get in there and have been broken on those rocks. It's a terrible loss of life, frankly.
I mean, I don't plan on imposing upon them. If their job is to keep you safe, I don't see why we should pull them away.
Very wise, very wise.
Plus, they're worthy allies, but it's much harder to get to them.
Exactly.
We have plenty of options we haven't gotten to. My tribes, the southern tribes, barbaric, but they're brutal.
Exactly.
They know war.
Right. And we could probably gain some assistance if we help the Sultan as well.
Yeah.
Or at least more insight.
I'll tell you this. You'll find no brutal warriors here, only poets, those dragons.
Okay, hold on.
I've heard rumors of draconic poetry being quite the experience.
Yeah, a lot of history.
Right?
It's not really for me, but I like it. I respect what they're doing with all that. Now, better question. On to the matter of your ship. What are you trying to get done with it?
Our engine is in desperate need of repairs.
My men are already on your engine, right? That is going to be fixed, likely by nightfall. In fact, my men are so good, I would be even willing to bet you as much shells as you want that it will be done by nightfall.
I take your word for it.
Looks like little shells?
I am confident in my men. On top of that, the better question is, what do you want improved about your ship? You've found one of the best air dry docks in Jokkawog. If you want an improvement done on your ship, I'm willing to do one family discount, let's call it, for completely free.
Can we get our engine a little bit buffed up? it might have been killed completely.
Engines, weaponry, hull space. I can do one of it for sure.
I know this might sound a bit trivial, but is it possible to construct an oven or stovetop of sorts that doesn't have the risk of setting the entire structure on fire?
We can use
I have
wands
control
of
of point.
resistance.
I can do this.
Have you all heard of air frying?
Really? That would be
What is that?
very appropriate for an airship.
Essentially, this is a pretty common feature on a lot of our ships that we put out, is that you use the heated air from the engine, run it through a purifier so that all the fuel oil mixture is mixed out, so you simply have superheated air, and then you conduct that into your galley where you're cooking, right? And you can actually use that air in place of some extra external fuel to heat your food. It's actually quite helpful. It saves on cargo space.
That's good to know, though. Perhaps someone has something a bit more. Another
That's
suggestion.
fairly trivial. We can do that. I'll do that on the cheap.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to use our one
No.
favor to
I'm
feed
a
on
fair
Francesco.
man. I would not screw over my son and his friends. Never.
I just thought I'd bring it up since he offered, and I was going to open the floor for any other suggestions. I'm not very well versed in airships, more of a passenger and entertainment rather than the running of it.
I believe we need weaponry.
You need
We're up
what?
against humongous weaponry.
Weapon.
We're up against humongous threats. And bows and arrows can only go so far. We have ballistas, but those are wood against steel, scales, stone.
You're trying to get modern weaponry on your ship. You know, something that would be able to match Viscoran gear, yeah?
No.
Yeah, it's probably the more likely combatant we're running up against out there anyway. Might as well be prepared for them next time.
And he sort of reaches over and pulls down like a sort of metal cone that's attached on a long wire. And he says, Harbor Master, just get me my head smith. Yes, all right. Yes, there you are, Paul. Excellent to hear from you. Tell me, do we have any extra rebolt in the warehouses? We do? Excellent. How do you all know what a rebolt is? I have 2 extra of those that I could install on your ship.
Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with what you speak of.
Many people use cannons, right? Many people use cannons. Very primitive gunpowder tech.
Well, especially on an airship that had a lot of weight.
Well, Rebolt is a much lighter version of that, but with a twist. It has not 1 barrel, but 7 that's spread out in sort of a fan shape.
Oh.
You fire one of those,
okay.
Not only are you taking down 1 crewman, you're taking down their best men. 7 of them in a row with a perfect shot. Takes a while to reload, but you are really getting your bang for your buck on that one.
Quite literally.
It's amazing.
What do you all think?
I think...
Looking at your ship that I got a glance on, I could take out 2 of those ballista and replace it with 2 rebolts. You would still have 2 ballista, and now you would have 2 of my rebolts.
That sounds like a favorite.
Great.
Excellent. Excellent. And he sort of smacks his hands together with, like, you know, what little rings he has on it, and he rubs them together. This is my favorite part, installation. Anyways, who's the leader here so I can shake on this deal?
Well, our captain is currently aboard the ship.
As any good captain is, but as we all know, a captain is not really a leader per se, only in the most basic of sense. I'm talking who's really pulling the strings here.
Well, that is.
Mainly just have a group decision.
Very well.
Want to shake on Steel? I'm more than happy to shake on it with you.
All right, I'll shake all of your hands then. And I'll shake yours, and yours, and yours, and of course yours, Hollow. And he this is a dude who's just like really into shaking hands. Yeah, he puts energy into it. He's like, well, I'm glad we all have a deal. And if you need a place to stay, of course, my home is always welcome. Hollow's room is... Well, we were thinking of turning it into like a bed and breakfast, but since Hollow is here, he can sleep in his room, and we have plenty of room in the common area.
How big is his room?
Well, all the children sleep together, but in our case, we only had one son, so Hollow got his own communal children's area to himself.
Wow.
If you ever want to... It's about twice the size of your normal living room.
Oh.
I don't know
wow,
what you
that is...
use.
That's almost as big as mine was.
I run an establishment back in Cormetz. I have a penthouse atop it.
Yeah, it should be about the same size as that then.
I have a comfortable.
Whatever the Cormetzians can provide, I can double it.
If you ever want to venture into being bed and breakfast, I have some insights on such business. Not exactly that line of work, but I do occasionally have.
I am unfortunately constrained both by tribal rules and by my own will. I'm really not a fan of expanding business outside of, Jokawog right now. But
that's fair.
Good on you for it. I value that spirit you have. Now, Hollow, since you're home, does that also mean you're ready to become a man? Stunned silence. That boy.
What happened? Hollow, you good?
Well,
your question was too much for Hollow.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The trial is a pain.
The trial is a pain.
Yes. I'm ready.
Tonight?
Luck him.
You think you've traveled enough to finally claim your adulthood?
Really putting it on thick, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's better sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm going to need to get stronger to face all these extra challenges in the future.
Excellent.
Can we help him? Can we, go in and help him? Or is he on his own?
No. He is on his own here. The entire point is that he was supposed to be traveling to strengthen himself and to learn more about the world so that when he came back here to claim his manhood, he would be ready for it.
I would like to argue that we are part of his strength, as we are a group.
And Hollow...
We got a group together.
Keep in mind that Hollow, ever since the fight with Lance and falling into the ocean, has seemed a little out of it. And so, when this question is popped to him, he takes a fair while to respond.
It's been a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
Long journey.
However, if you feel you're not ready, there's no rush to conclude it.
Yes, exactly. You can stay a child as long as you need, Hollow. We're not going to judge you for it.
Yes. Maybe so. But it's a feeling of pride.
An injured pride drives a man to do some silly things, though, sometime. If you're not ready, don't push yourself. I don't want you getting hurt. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well,
I would like some time to prepare, but I'll be.
with that, I need to start overseeing the installation of your new rebolts. So I am going to excuse
Wait till
myself.
level 6.
What's that?
Sorry. Nothing. It was a meta joke. I was saying cough, cough. Wait till level 6.
Exactly. I'm going to go oversee the installation of your rebolts. Please make yourselves at home in town. Try not to just don't take anything with you. No souvenirs. Understood? Good.
So we can't buy supplies or any of your tech. The most advanced thing on our ship will
No.
have is this.
You can take things with you, but you cannot take anything iconic, let's say, to this area. All right. If you take any of your tech, we will be enemies. Understood?
Understood.
Not let word of our existence get out. That's the only reason we've survived while other tribes have been diminished.
So nothing with your emblems, no
No emblems,
tribal clothing.
no tribal clothing, no iconic technology.
Weaponry or anything, because the most advanced thing I have is this. And like Bear pulls out the rifle.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. It's not useful. It's either this or this, and he just pulls out the sword.
He just pulled out a Glock and says, "Oh, that's cute."
And he says, "Right, I hear sounds of metal gnashing. I really need to go oversee this.
Thank you.
See you tonight
see
if
you
you're
soon.
still here then." And he makes his way
I think
off.
we plan on staying at the very least.
Giovanni tailing, of course, behind the man, because he's sort of fascinated with all this airship tech.
Well, let me show you around. What's something y'all want first?
How about something to eat? I think we'd all like a break from our usual rations upon the ship.
Well,
Not that it's horrible, but variety.
let's see. Well, you could go out the walls and hunt, or you could go to the restaurants. Third option, you can just wait till later on, and I'll cook for everyone. Me and Pops.
Is Hollow a good cook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a renaissance man of many
Of
skills.
amazing.
Yeah.
I like to train under Hollow.
See, I'm not the best at certain things. I'm pretty good at cooking. That was my hobby. All this stuff right here, that's his hobby. But yeah. So you want dinner, Bear, Mercedes? Go ahead.
Food and weapons.
Food and weapons. Okay.
I would like to make dinner with you. Can you please teach me how to cook? I would love to follow in your footsteps.
Let's see.
I think I need a few moments on my own. Lots happened the past while, and I think I just need to go for a walk.
Take somebody with you.
Okay, I'll see if Trevaine's available.
Also, if you wouldn't mind, I could train you.
Train
You
me?
didn't. Yes, in the weapon. You didn't seem to get much out of that session. Not to diminish his skills, but it was more of flirtation than training.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You'd always train with me. What better person than me?
Bro, you're killed though.
Certain provisions in weapons. You're more of the axe. I'm more of the rapier. We both have the same weapon, so it's better.
I can use your fancy little weapon, but you can use. What are you going to do against someone who uses pure strength?
I run away.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have the choice.
I tend to stay away from that sort of situation, or hide behind you.
Yeah, fair enough. Just come to me when you want to upgrade from that little stick.
But the fancy rapier or my sword cane?
Both.
Now, to multi-class in any sort of
Big man weapon.
class outside of what you already are, you need a teacher, right? And so Hollow is at this point a high enough level in Rogue that if you are trying to multi-class into Rogue, and this goes out to any of you, Hollow can in fact act as a teacher for the Rogue class.
Is there any Isn't one of our people on the ship the other Goliath? He's like a low-level fighter.
Yeah, I tend not to give NPCs like player levels, but if a combat situation broke out, he would kind of play like a fighter. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have one level in fighter, and I assume I've been with him, so he taught me the basics of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, the shield bash,
I just need someone.
The fancier techniques aside from hit really hard.
Yeah. So the technique. So I just need someone who's higher level if I want to proceed.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's like the level 1 trainer at the starting town.
Mm-hmm. And you guys have been sort of talking about this as you all have been sort of strolling about the it's somewhere between a village and a large town. And you see sort of an older grandma smoking fish over an open grill, and people sort of smashing wheat with an obsidian grindstone and things like that. Children playing, village life.
Very self-sufficient, I can see that.
And it's strange because it's very pastoral, very simplistic. But occasionally you'll just see a piece of machinery that's like something that would be pretty shocking even in Cormets. Like a handheld like one lady has a handheld machine that basically smashes all the wheat for her instead of having to grind it by hand. And just every now and then you'll see that, and they trade it out pretty openly. One lady gets done with it, and a person who doesn't even look like from her family, like a neighbor, just sort of asks for it, and they swap it over. And it seems like these are pretty communally owned devices.
And from the looks of them, they're not they're not warlike or anything. They're very isolationist.
Exactly. There is some weapons you see around, but this is not a warrior culture by any means. And so it seems you all know that Ascalor tried to essentially colonize Jokkawog at some point, right? And the mixing of cultures that occurred when they tried to do that resulted in the two pirate republics that now exist along the coastlines. These tribes that Hollow is a part of are essentially the folks who, instead of taking parts in the large fights to repel Ascalorian invaders, instead decided on the alternative route of going into hiding, essentially.
So, there's curious now. What is the trial? These people aren't warlike. What's the danger of it?
Let me clarify.
You just write poetry?
We may not seem warlike on the surface, but we are all very fierce. Most of the people that you see here are people that have gone out and have done the trial. We may be peaceful, but that doesn't mean if you get on the bad side, we won't fight back. We can still whoop your ass. So
I would like to see that.
You know what? Since you like fighting so much, we can just take you to the literal bear.
Can I do the trial?
Because I'm just eating popcorn while watching this.
I mean, Hollow, it is okay for people outside of your tribe to essentially take the manhood trial. So Bear could participate in it if he wanted.
Yeah, you can.
You can do it, Bear. I'll be rooting for you.
Let's see. There is a fighting pit that you can go to, so you can go fight some people if you want to. We
Can
can
I
test.
earn money from it? Because I think
Huh?
we need some money.
You get paid. Actually, it's a type of event.
Mm-hmm.
Strong
Yeah,
wins and their wins.
there
How
is
much is a ticket to
like a
go see this
wrestling
event?
match going on. You can see it, fairly distant from here, but like there's like a communal common area that's being used to host like a little wrestling match right now, and both of these are some big tough dudes. Uh, like this guy looks like he could be like Killmonger's like teacher, like some of these wrestlers.
You know what I start when I'm thinking of this like tribal, I don't know why I just keep thinking of like Moana, like the island, like islanders, like the really really big ones with all tattoos and stuff. Like
Um,
that's what I think of.
I mean that's a fair thing to like sort of come to mind. When I was asking Hollow like what should I use for inspiration, like Hollow's like one of suggestions was like, yeah, just give it like a Wakanda feel, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll see what I could do. So like,
Okay,
That's what I was thinking when he said trial. I'm like, oh, okay. I get it.
hmm.
I mean, we're her. Money's money. We need something.
Hmm.
Strength, use that. We wanted some money. We all need it. No, that can be one of your jobs, and you can also, if you win, you can defeat the champion. You'll get a jackpot, lump sum of money. So go ahead, try it.
It's it's like King. It's like a tiny King Kong. They have like a gorilla that I
Oh
have to
no.
fight.
Oh no.
Something like that.
Um, and so off to the side, you actually see like the wrestling match conclude, and the winner get like a little prize. And it's not gold coins. He's handed essentially a basket with some shells in it.
I think shells was the currency here, Bear.
Is it literally shells?
Yeah, like
I mean, it's
very shiny shells.
not
Nice.
uncommon for some cultures to use shells as currency.
Can we go find them? I'd like to go find them.
I don't think that's how shells work.
No. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. There's a market you can go to. Lavin, you wanted to go eat. Go ahead. There's a restaurant makes pretty good food. Not gonna lie. And Marcerius, there's a giant library that you can go to that you can read anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much free as long as you don't leave.
So a question:
Taking a book. So you got.
is our money useless here? Do they take resource? Do we have to trade in other things if we want something, or
I
because
mean,
we don't have any shells?
like gold coins aren't useless per se, but you're definitely not gonna get their full value because they don't really value gold as much as like people in Viscora do.
So there is like a foreign like exchange rate.
What displays of wealth you do see are like shell necklaces and like jade, but aside from that, not much. Like there isn't much in the way of gold being displayed here.
Art.
I find anything gold in this
that.
area. Who cares? I go to the beach, find some shells, hit it.
Well,
That's
that's the thing,
I'm
right?
rich.
Gold is common here. Like it's like you can mine it pretty easily just straight from the riverbed. These shells, however, are from a very hard to find type of oyster that lives deep on the riverbed. So like the rarity of the oysters is much more of that than that of gold here.
Can we apply for a mining permit?
Can we apply for a mining permit? No, they don't want to. This is a very in tune with nature. They don't want you mining gold out of their riverbed.
No, I was talking about shells.
Oh, shell. I mean, you're welcome to
Maybe.
try. Can you hold your breath for 30 feet underwater?
I can.
In a swift current?
Bear?
My character can hold his breath for 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, Bear
Before he
Bear
starts
just
drowning.
might be able to get a shell or two out of the water. But Maceres would be fucked if he tried. The current alone would
Bear,
sweep you away.
it's your time to shine.
Mm.
Sorry.
So, what do you all do until evening then?
Um,
And you're allowed to like go your
I-
separate ways at this point.
Lavin's gonna go see if Trevane is occupied or not.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Before you go, I need to show y'all where my house is real quick.
Oh, that would be very important. That's where we
Yes.
are.
Y'all need somewhere to meet up, and y'all don't know the lay of the land. So, yeah, let's take it there. My mother should be there. Also, just so you know, married, so don't try anything. Lavin, I'm watching you.
Yeah, Miss Ceres.
I'm not that kind of person.
Lavin
Uh-huh.
is not a MILF hunter, no.
I'm just pulling your chain. And her name is Willow, so. And my dad, my pop, Shy. It's short. It's his nickname I gave him.
I've learned the hard way not to mess with those who are in matrimony.
That unfortunately seems familiar. I don't know why, but that just sounds familiar story that I was told by my mother about the reason why changelings cannot, change form around here.
Oh.
It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna-
This is the first time I've set foot here. I am from far, far west.
Okay. But anyway, come in. Come in.
And Hollow's house is essentially his father's a fairly important figure around here, and so it's essentially the village is on a sort of very gradual hill, with the chieftain living at the top of the hill, and Hollow's family living fairly high up on this jungly, forested hill. The house has sort of a wood, like a wall that goes up about 4 feet, sort of enclosing the campus, and then there's about 4 separate buildings, sort of spread out near each corner, and like a general like kind of agrarian courtyard in the middle where there seems to be strange plants growing.
Say, hey Ma, you still here?
Yeah.
She should be still in the lab. She usually works on monsters and creating them.
And as you say that, like the door flies off of one of the buildings, and like this green smoke begins pouring out.
Is it normal?
Yeah, around here, it's pretty normal. I wasn't lying to you when I said there's some crazy stuff around here.
But your mother builds monsters?
I can actually show you this later on. I actually have a gem. I just need the essence of a fire elemental.
Around here, we like to call them chimeras. And this sort of shorter woman who looks like she's taken part in a small explosion, sort of stumbles her way out of the laboratory. Yeah. Well, I've learned not to mix those two together.
When the fuck is a chimera?
Hello! And she comes up and starts like pinching his cheeks, like looking him over. Oh my goodness. You look terrible.
What?
What happened to you? Are you okay?
Huh?
That fire in your eyes, there's something different about them.
Oh yeah.
They're glassy now.
I lost my magic.
You what?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I fell into the den of a god, and it stripped my magic away.
And she looks at Bear and Lavin. It's like, did you know about this?
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
And she
I didn't even know he had magic.
She sort of holds Hollow's like arm up like a hand cannon. It's like, Hollow, cast a spell. Do it right now.
Mage hand.
And Hollow takes like 1 point of psychic damage and sort of stumbles back instead of like actually casting a spell. It's like,
Can I try to like? Can I do like? Can I kind of identify it? Like maybe try to. I'm trying to find a good spell for it. Um, could I use maybe detect magic to see if there's like something going on
Yeah.
that like a line or something that
Yeah,
code so I could code
you
down?
can use detect magic to tell if a creature can like cast spells.
Yeah, because then I would like to do counter spell on the thing that's trying to hurt that inflicts pain.
Okay.
You can't.
No, so you cast detect magic. And yeah, clearly there is no magic currently in Hollow's system. It's been like sapped out by something, like a straw slurping it all out. And as you try to cast counterspell, you just see two large lantern-like eyes, sort of like cloud out in front of your vision, Miss Aries, and like the counterspell hits those two eyes and just sort of like fizzles out in front of it. Like
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's
like
definitely a
something is
god.
watching over Hollow.
Oh my god, he got Avatar: The Last Airbender. They blocked his bending powers.
Yo!
Oh, I don't know what to do. I can't. I tried to counterspell it.
Oh
It seems.
no.
The air water bender.
I know this is a big deal, but not everybody has magic in the world. Most people can use it, but some people can't. I'll just
You can always
adapt.
make do without it.
I can do many things without it.
Multi-class.
Yeah, but you loved casting spells when you were a little guy. Oh, are you sure you're
I
gonna be okay,
did.
sweetie?
Yes, I'm fine.
All right. Well,
Scratch the head.
I've started making something very special once, like the moment I heard that you were coming home tonight. And she sort of points to a hole in the ground that's just sort of on fire. She's like, it's in there. Your favorite. Shh, don't tell your friends,
A hole
okay?
of
It's a
fire.
surprise.
Uh, y'all guys can stay here. I'm gonna go check that out.
Mm.
Have fun, you guys. Explore. Not over here though. I'm gonna go get that.
Mm. And you can tell she's cooking your favorite.
You
Oh,
Oh, I
no.
thought it was literally just a hole of fire. Like a pit of fire. I was like, what the fuck? Is he gonna go in there?
Do you not know how like luau pigs are prepared?
Yeah, it's
Because
like a big cooking
literally
pit.
a fire pit. Yeah.
Bear doesn't know. This is the first time he's been in the jungle.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, me as like a person, I know this. I'm not sure Lavin would know.
Mm-hmm.
Roll RP.
Hella
That's my
metagaming.
excuse for not knowing.
Mm-hmm. Although Bear
I'll
is
just
not
go to the
exactly
lab.
deterred by, tough meals
Fire.
or
Yeah.
fire.
I guess I'll just go to the library and see if I can find any good spells that I could learn.
Okay.
Level 3.
Yeah. I would say, add like 4 spells to your spell book.
Yeah,
Of your level, I would say.
let's go.
Yeah, it's well stocked enough that I'm even giving you like player's choice on this. Like 4 spells of your choice you can add to your spell book. What do the rest of you do while waiting for nightfall?
I would want to go wrestling, and I wanted Lavin to help me win. For this is our best shot for materials.
Hey,
money?
Yeah.
I thought Bear was so confident in his strength and muscle.
Yeah, I know, but
He
here's the
didn't
thing.
cheat though. Like, wow, that's real
Losing-
disappointing.
This
all
is
that
for our
confidence you
party.
had, all that confidence you had, and all that talk to cheat. I thought you were real
Yeah.
confident in your muscle, bro.
You're
So-
not there. You're eating.
I can still hear you.
I am not comfortable using my abilities to help you win a competition.
Yeah. Even for the betterment of everyone else.
Weak.
Owned. Wow. Get called out, man.
We are guests here, and I think for me to help you with such an endeavor would not only be unsportsmanlike, but very disrespectful to the people here.
You're big.
Owned.
I just want to get some materials so we can actually win a war.
So does Bear go without help then, or?
Yeah, no, he's just like the thing is like he wants to increase the odds
Mm-hmm.
because everything he can get, like his idea is, we need materials, anything he can get to win a war.
Okay, valid.
Like this is a war.
Yeah, Bear is being a very pragmatist, like realist type when it comes to this, and I get the sentiment. So Bear, you go down, you talk to sort of an older gentleman who seems to be like choosing who fights who. He says, "All right, you want in? Oh, who do we have you can go against? You're a very big fella. Very big fella. I know." And he says, "You're going to fight a shark cloak." And
Shark Club.
yep, and there's a dude, and he was actually the winner of the previous match, who's wearing like a shark pelt over him. You don't even know how they
I
made
have a
that
bear
because
pelt.
shark pelts are kind of fucking hard to work with because they're fish. They don't really have. You don't even know how they did this, and he has like a shark pelt.
I'm amazed. So wait, is that like his stage name? Can I have mine? It's just Bear Cloak.
All right,
His
yeah,
shark pelt. I'm Bear Pelt.
yeah, that is completely fine. And
Yeah.
the man begins speaking in the native tongue in the area instead, because as Viscora and Ascalor both tried to invade this area before, like people know how to speak those two languages, but when it comes time to do the announcement, it's done in the native tongue, and so you don't know what he's saying at all, but he seems to be hyping you up. Some children are laughing, things like that. And after some like ceremonial like clapping and like uh, what is it like showboating essentially? You and Shark Cloak face off, and how do you want to do this? Do you just want this to be an athletics check, or do you want something a bit more in depth?
What would be in the in-depth one?
I like describe your technique, and I'll tell you kind of what he counters with, like a pseudo combat encounter.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I would do that as well. Like I wouldn't be opposed to that as well.
All
Get
right.
more extra RP in here. Make
What
this
is
flavorful.
yeah? What is Bear's opening? All right. What we'll do is I'll have an athletics check, and then I'll sort of determine some stuff from that. Sound good? So
Yeah.
yeah, give me two of those.
2 athletic checks. This is a fight, and it is his ability. Like he would use rage
Okay,
and
that's
like come at him.
sure.
He's a worthy foe.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
All right. So I make 4 of them because I have an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Like yeah, this guy looks like a linebacker. Like yeah, he's gonna be someone who goes all out against you.
All right. All right. Oh, I'm doing Discord because I was about to do it on D&D Beyond.
Oh no, use D&D Beyond or Roll20. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
yeah, use Roll20.
I actually still do not know how to use the Roll20 thing. That's the issue.
Yeah,
Like I
so
downloaded everything, it just wouldn't send through.
so what you do is you have the little toolbar on the side, and there should be a dice icon, right, on the left hand
Yeah.
side, and you can hover over that. It'll open up a UI. You'll have a D20 there, and then just add your appropriate modifiers afterwards. So like I roll
Yeah.
D20, and it gives me 9. And then, I would add the modifiers, be like, okay, well, I know it's +3, so I add that in. Sound good?
Yeah, I would have to figure it out in a bit because it'd be much easier if I just do it on Discord,
Okay.
like to learn in the background.
Yeah. Can one of you roll 4 d20s then? 4 bear?
Yeah,
Four of them?
Yeah,
Or just
4
one?
of them,
yeah.
please.
Who's luckiest?
Yeah, whoever's luckiest, roll it for him.
18.
That okay? That's B plus 7. You get to roll another one.
I get to roll 4 other d20s.
Oh, no. I think, no. That's in total. No, you rolled a 7, an 8, a 1, and a 2 on those d20s.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Yeah, so your highest rolls are a 7 and an 8.
7, 8, and really? Okay, that's
Yep.
plus 7. So that would be 14 and a 15.
Lavin, are you working like his sort of not like helping him cheat or anything, but like his corner man?
Or is Levin just fully left? Levin's just doing her own thing.
Yeah.
I'm so sad I missed this because
If you are speaking, Lavin, you're on mute right now, by the way.
I'm just kind of doing my own thing at the moment.
Okay, so no, you don't get any help action from that bear. Yeah, no, you get your fucking ass kicked by this guy. He fucking whips you 7 ways to Sunday. And
Damn, I thought that was his first roll, and he's like 18. I was like, I'm fucking gonna win.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait.
no,
Just let Bear roll.
yeah, you're not familiar with his style, so what you do, right, is you try to do what you do in your own people, right? When you go in to wrestle and you like hunch down and you like come charging at him, right? And he essentially sidesteps you, hits you with his hip, knocks you over, and sits his thighs directly on your face, like just sort of planting them in a vice. And people are like, "Wow, was it over that quickly?" And then you realize, oh, I have to give away prize money. What do you do, Bear?
I don't have anything. Legitimately, I have nothing. I have a gun, a sword, and everything like that.
Well, you gotta give away something.
Oh my god, I did not know this would happen, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I thought your first roll was 18. I was like, this is so good. I'm gonna fucking win.
I was just trying to say, like, let Bear roll instead.
Yeah, I was just gonna do it on Discord, but
Yep.
I don't know.
All the more reason to
legitimately,
figure
I
out
have
roll
nothing.
20 even faster, huh?
Yeah, no,
Actually,
I
hold on.
legitimately don't have anything. Like nothing. All I have is weapons.
I mean,
And-
you can give away that, like, if that's how you're feeling.
Hold on. Roll 20 is still here, so he could have rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's fine.
And he got a 19 on the first one. And a 14 on the second one. Damn, bro, that's tough.
Legitimately, all in my inventory is brass knuckles, hand axes, javelins.
Yeah, you can give
A
away a
rifle.
weapon as a prize. They'll take that.
Yeah, I'll give them the musket.
All right.
Oh, no.
And you sort of go over to your stuff that you stashed on the side, hand him a musket, and he holds it up like, yeah, 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 yeah. And he sort of like does, and you realize there's a lot of showboating in these wrestling matches. He just does a lot of showboating where he twirls it around. He like passes it over you, like to say like, no, not yours anymore, fucker. And stuff like that. And people have a
I
lot of
just
fun
rolled
with
a fucking
that.
natural 20. But I'll figure out this thing because I see the dice that's right next to whatever check I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and it says the rolls are sent to VTT, but nothing is sent.
Fascinating. You could also try
Yeah.
in the text slash roll 1d20.
Oh. I'll figure this out in the background, and
Okay,
everyone else
yeah,
can
yeah.
just keep talking.
Well, so we figured out what Miss Aries and you are doing. What is Lavin doing in the interim?
They are going to see if Trevaine's available,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, ask him to go on a walk.
Yeah. All right. You go back up to the harbor, and you find Trevane sort of talking with Hollow's dad, while like one of the rebolts is lowered by wooden crane into position. And he's like, "Yeah, thank you, thank you." And he looks over. It's like, "Oh, Hollow, how are you liking this place? I'm unfortunately me and the crew have to do work, so we don't really get a chance to explore town too much. What's it like?"
Oh, it's very nice so far. Everyone's been really hospitable.
Wow, that's very lovely. How can I help you out? We've just about
Oh, I
finished
was just
installing the rebolt and doing repairs. We should be ready to go by either this evening or tomorrow.
I was just wondering if you would want to go for a walk since you've had a long day.
Sure, sure. Um, is that? Do you all need my? No, we're good. Excellent, excellent. Sure, let's go. And he sort of takes out the like little cane he's been using to sort of keep himself from stumbling. He's mostly healed at this point, but he's still a little on the slow side. So
Uh,
yeah, this is a very lovely place. The cool misty air, the cobblestone pathways. It's all quite nice.
it is. Um, I've been thinking about. Yeah, a few weeks ago, we had a discussion about what I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and between like what I actually want and what my duty is.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a lot of near-death experiences lately,
Mm-hmm.
and part of me, an old part of me, is debating whether or not I should go back home.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's an interesting question you're posed with. You have sort of this imposition between whether you do your duty and sort of do what you can to stop this draconic onslaught, or you have your passion and your desire to go back home and try and live and eke out whatever life you can under a draconic dictator, I suppose.
That's not.
No.
This isn't my. It's been my home for maybe about 10 years. I mean, my home.
Oh, yes. I don't know where that is, but I'm trying to be as
It's.
supportive as I can. Yes.
I know. Garrett doesn't even really know where I came from.
Does
I've
anyone?
never really. Not really. I kind of built an entirely new life when I left.
I know how that feels.
Um, I am originally from far west, far west, and how drunk actually.
Hmm. What would bring you this far east then?
Would you believe me if I told you this wouldn't be my first time getting caught up in the fuckery of nobles?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Not to sound offensive, that is.
No, no, they old habits die hard, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't blame you for returning to an old life, but Would you
I
abandon
don't.
all of them?
I did. I had kids.
Hmm. Yeah. So would you leave Garrick, Bear, me for to reclaim that old life then? Is this
I
something you're
don't
considering?
know. Um, part of me thinks I should just go back and maybe seek amends. I didn't even name them.
Oh my god.
Just left.
This has to be hard on you, and yet, you know, as a friend, I would say do what you think is right, but as a captain and as a ally in this endeavor, like we need you.
I know. I know. I'm not leaving anytime soon. I'm just worried.
Hmm. Well, who knows? Perhaps the wheel of fate will bring them to you.
They've got to be like maybe 9. I hope they're not out adventuring.
Oh, I'm certain they aren't. But
I think they got.
life has a way of bringing us back into the fold, even when we think all that is before has been separated. I mean, you thought I was dead for years, and yet here I stand before you in the flesh and blood. So, who knows?
Yeah, they might also think I'm dead.
Oh, no.
I just panicked. It was a lot. It was not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, you're one. You're not much of a gambler, are you?
no, I'm not.
Well, I would say that maybe break that habit or break that embargo and give the wheel of spin a fate and see where it leads you. That's how I live life, anyways. And look at me now. And
Yeah,
as he says that, he like nearly stumbles over his like busted ankle.
11 catches them.
Levin, do you hear that? The singing. Oh, nightfall's approaching. I heard that they were going to. Hollow's father said that they were going to do something with him tonight. I think
Oh,
that's
he's
starting
got
soon.
some like manhood trial or something.
Hmm.
Um,
Imagine having to prove your manhood. Not like me, where my unbelievable charisma and masculinity is so innate that you know it just from a single glance. And again, he nearly stumbles over. Well, should we get going then?
yes, but thank you for listening. And
Yes, of course. If you ever need help,
Casey,
Casey.
I just didn't know how the others would react. It's just been on my mind a lot lately.
Mm-hmm. Casey's always been a drifter. I'm certain that whatever Casey did, they did what they think is right.
I'm sure she's fine. She's smart.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe we'll see her again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And the others don't immediately kill her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they won't. I'll make sure of that.
Well, let's get to this trial, shall we?
Mm-hmm. And Hollow, while your friends were doing their various things, are you going through with this trial?
Speaking out of roleplay aspect, when are we going to get that next level?
At the end of the session.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So, I guess so.
All right. So beforehand, you do what is customary to prepare beforehand. You take a nice bath in the river to cleanse yourself, get yourself in the right state of mind, and you essentially visit every elder in the village that you would visit beforehand for their approval. It's to essentially like give you the okay and say, yeah, you seem ready to do this. Meanwhile, after the wrestling matches are done, the area is sort of cleared aside, and a great feast is sort of laid out. And there's all sorts of fun stuff, and there's your mother's favorite too, sitting as one of the crown dishes there.
Am I back by the way yet, or am I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
in the library?
Yeah, you've come back as nightfall begins to come overhead. There's singing, there's dancing, there is grilled river clams, and Hollow's favorite, capybara steaks. That's good stuff. Various rice dishes and other such are laid out, and while the rest of the place is cold and moist with the sounds of nature, here it is warm and everyone's sort of embroiled in festivities, and it's all merriment until right around midnight it stops, and Hollow's father sort of stands up on a little wooden podium that's been constructed, and he says to everyone, Hollow sitting near you guys translating for you, my son Hollow has returned from his quest for manhood, and it was fruitful. And everyone is cheering and waving little cloth banners. And he says, "Now we determine if he is ready to move on to the next stage of life and truly strike out as a man's man. Like I done, and my father before me, and way, way back to the very first of our people. I have gone through the trial, and now so shall he. Our first leader, slayer of the great river snake. We shall now imbibe Hollow with a piece of the river snake god's venom, and should he survive, he shall emerge a true man of his people." And everyone's cheering, and Hollow, now it's your turn to come up on stage. What do you do?
Wow, this is something new to me. I, in my journeys, have traveled a long and far distance, finding companions, friends. Some cases I've also found love. And in those travels, I've also found combat, challenges, adversity that have led me back home. Here, where I see family and friends, new people.
Oh.
I am here to finally claim my manhood and finally be reborn.
Excellent.
If I fail, it'll be the end.
Excellent.
If I surpass, I win. And I am truly a man of the village.
Mm-hmm. And this absolutely ancient gentleman becomes or starts coming through the procession with this this cup of you're not even quite sure. It smells sort of like soup, but it's green and bubbling. And while he's making his way up onto stage, Hollow's father calls out to you three, and he says, "Companions of Hollow, please bear witness to his manhood. Tell me, what has he done to prove that he's ready to move on to this next stage?
He died in the ocean and came back from a god. I feel like that's
Oh, and everyone goes like, "Whoa, yo, you big man, what? Bear witness to Hollow's manhood. What has he done? Tell us of his
He
feats."
struck out. He struck out on his own to make his own path. He became a man on his own journey. He just has to prove to you that he is capable.
Yo, yo, you there of the pale skin. Tell me, what has Hollow done to be worthy of this manhood?
He helped us infiltrate a military compound to try to deactivate a clockwork dragon.
Yo! And everyone's like cheering along for that. And then Hollow, the cup gets placed before you. You know
I
what
salute
to
to everybody. I salute to everybody. And say thank you. And most of all, thank you for not roasting the crap out of me.
do. Yeah, you guys could have.
I know they could have. That's why I'm surprised. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, bottoms up, people. If I survive, let's go through it.
Mm-hmm. All right. And he takes the cup and he chugs. And now, Hollow, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it.
At disadvantage,
freaking-
by the way.
Oh my god. Shoot. Antitoxins. Constitution save. Gods, please help me now.
Yeah, he
If you want, I could roll for you.
he prays to the local gods as he's like drinking that in. An 8 is what you rolled.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
All right. Yeah, take 12 points of poison damage and re-roll for a Constitution saving throw. So Hollow begins like as he finishes the cup, he gets down on his knees and he begins shaking terribly, and he's like sputtering and coughing, and you can see even blood coming out of his coughs. But then, okay, that's a 21. But then, as that's happening, he grabs his father's wrist, stands back up, and puts his other hand in the air, as you can see sort of like his body like convulse in weird, almost disturbing ways, and like his eyes begin glowing a little green even for a minute. And his father's like, "Yes, yes, my son has conquered the river god!" And everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah, woo!" kind of things. And everyone like goes from sitting to like they all crowd around Hollow, and like you guys are like sort of pushed forward with the swell as everyone like goes to congratulate him and slap him on the back and stuff like that, as he's like half delirious.
You just want to drink water?
That's not water, that's poison, bro.
Yeah, that is essentially 1 gallon of like the kind of poison Francesco spits out.
Oh God!
Like
I
that's
Why?
would drink it.
yeah, that's some rough stuff. Well, essentially,
Honestly,
to become a man, you have to prove you can conquer the river god.
there would honestly, if there was any left, he would be interested. He would actually just kind of drink it, but he probably shouldn't. He would want to see how it is,
keep.
but
You can do that if you want. Do you want to do that?
I don't want to get in trouble because I can't just like take their poison and
No,
just
no one's gonna
drink.
yell
Like,
at you. Like,
I'm a little interested. I think
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
You take a drink.
yeah.
All right.
I'll take-
Yeah, you take. So the reason Hollow took like a purifying bath beforehand was so that he was ready and like prepped to take on that thing, and that's why he got a disadvantage roll, because you did not prep for that. You take 24 points of poison damage.
I'm fine.
Like Bear just like is like, yeah, I'm fine, guys.
Yeah, no, literally, he would just like be coughing, but he would still get up and like he's cocky. I don't know if he would drink more. Nah,
Nah, I'm tough enough. Yeah.
honestly, he probably could.
So like, yeah, that's some real potent shit you're sitting with right there.
You want to do that Constitution save?
No, he doesn't get to because again, it's just a damage roll, right?
Uh,
Like,
Honestly, if it was a con save, I probably would have passed.
mm-hmm. Well, exactly. But you have to like prep even to make a con save against this stuff. It's so potent.
Like you just drink it out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. And with that, like the festivities go on like late into the night, and you guys like sort of get caught up in a blur. And you all sort of awake the next morning, a little hungover, but like your hair's like frizzed out, and like revelries are still kind of like dying down. People are having like for breakfast, the feast from the night before still. Um, and you all sort of wake up to a sleepy, hungover village. Hollow, when you wake up, you have a crocodile cloak like thrown over you, and like a little crown made out of coconut wood.
rough night, people. Hey, Bear, Lavin, research. Y'all good?
Yeah, let me just. Do you have a hangover cure?
We do have that, but
That's food. That's
True.
just food.
or not.
And
I could hit you. Maybe that'll help.
actually, add to your inventory, Hollow. That crocodile cloak gives you a +1 AC.
Yes?
Um, ugh, haven't party like that in a long time. Definitely haven't been over in a long time.
I don't even believe in hangovers.
And you get advantage on stealth checks in swamps now, as long as you're wearing that cloak, Hollow.
He's gonna be in the water just swimming, and it's just crocodile eyes.
Exactly.
Ellie.
Yeah.
I was
Ooh.
expecting a trial by combat or something.
I thought he was gonna have to kill someone.
Or
That's
like
what we do.
puzzles or like an obstacle course, but
I was gonna say, like, I didn't know it was gonna be that. I thought we were gonna have to survive for a certain amount of time.
Ha.
Honestly, I thought I didn't even know you were drinking. Wait, does that mean I'm a man as well because I drink it?
Yeah, but like no one bore witness to you, and you didn't go through the proper procedures, so you just drunk poison like an asshole.
Honestly, I was gonna say like, he might just down the whole thing to see how it is. Wake up with poison.
You would probably die. Out of character, like that stuff would probably, because you like took a little sip and it did 24. Like the ritual preparation is required to survive this thing.
Oh, for the weaker people.
Bear.
Nah, he's fine.
Never mind. You're a good.
No, that's out of character. That's not in character. You're not hearing any of that.
Mm. Listen, you talking shit about my trial, bro? You want to go?
Mysterious is just like too. It's like too loud in the morning for this. Like, I'm trying to get everyone to be quiet.
Yeah, Mysteries is not a graceful hangover.
Has he ever drank alcohol?
No, not much
In real
anyway.
life, no, but in this thing, yes.
Oh my god.
Safe to say, a twink like Mysteries is a lightweight, though, through and through.
Yeah, I know. He only does it like rare times. He doesn't do it often. Like he's not a heavy drinker, but like at parties, he does that social drinking.
He's a social drinker.
And with that, your airship repairs are complete. The crew is all stocked up and ready to go, and you guys can, either stay around, do some more stuff here, or leave at any time you want.
Just
I want to see what the champion is.
Well, is that in character or out of character? I don't know.
Both.
Okay. Well, the champion of that little match is quite fierce, so you didn't defeat the first guy, so I wouldn't recommend going against them. I would recommend learning from the guy that defeats you.
I am. And the only way I can learn is through defeat and loss. Anything we are given, we must learn.
But yo,
And
bro,
I've learned
what can
little.
you lose?
What can I lose? Items can be retrieved, they can be made, they can be renewed. But experience is valuable.
That's some edgy
True.
poetry.
Sure enough.
I'm gonna give him one gold coin just in case.
I could lose as many times as I want, but if I'm still alive, that means I could come back and beat you. It only takes one time for me to be victorious and for you to be dead.
Very true, but why are you trying to kill everyone? It's a peaceful
I'm not
nation.
trying to kill anyone here. I'm just trying to learn.
Okay.
Are
Well,
there any tourists in this village? Just wondering. I was
no
too.
tourists. Remember, this is a closed-off village from the most part.
Okay, no scams today then.
yes. Please don't
Yeah.
scam.
I think that was like one of Hollow's things, like, hey, don't break the law.
Yes, don't break the law. You can do
Yeah,
mostly
just like
anything.
use
here.
common sense, dudes.
Common sense. The law is common sense.
You guys see the strangest thing as you're sort of waking up. You see Thelbin heading back to the ship, and he's got a wooden crown on, like the same as Viserys, as though he has passed the trial.
My God. Yo, Elvin.
He's probably immune to
Yeah,
poison.
what's that?
He is.
Yeah, what's that, Paulo?
I see you've gone through the trial.
Trial? No, I came down to the feast last night, and they just got like really excited when they saw me, and like gave me a crown. I don't know what happened.
They thought he was the river god.
No, they gave me like this weird juice, and I drank it, and it tasted nasty. I was like, why are we doing this? You guys were already like drunk and asleep by that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Delphin, they give you the serpent god poison. It's the equivalent of literally liquid green dragon breath.
Yeah, no, poison don't do shit to me.
Yeah.
How did you do this?
I was coming to fetch you guys because you were like asleep. And then
No,
I
how'd you
kinda
get your
got
body
up.
to be immune to poison?
I don't know. How could you like hold your breath underwater? Like if I tried to go underwater, I'd melt.
Yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
I get telling tales from class.
I guess like different species have like different skills based on adapting to their environment. I don't know.
Out of character. What race is he?
He's a
Ganassi.
slime ganassi.
Yes,
Okay, so slime ganassi. I was like, because like I knew he was a ganassi, but I couldn't remember which like one gave him resistance to poison.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's ooze.
He's like a rare one.
Oh yeah, guys. Nobody. Yeah, right. Y'all new here. It's common to me. There's a rumor about this island that there used to be A lost city under here. We could check that out. Maybe get something worth something.
So wait. The lost city has a lost city.
Right. There's a lot of mystical stuff around here.
It's like
Yeah.
the secret cave has a secret cave within it.
Yeah, that's the best part
Yeah.
about D&D is secret rooms with secret rooms. I love shit like
Secret
that.
room.
This whole world is mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, you just hear Mysterious as soon as you say that, just scream, treasure hunt!
People are just like giving Viserys like a weird look, like who's this asshole? And like the idea of treasure was enough to even shake Viserys out of like his hangover too.
I mean, it's not like we're in a super rush to get out of here. So I think as long as we leave by nightfall.
Well, here's the thing: the lost items to a lost civilization. What the fuck could that be?
If it's here where resources are abundant and technology is high, so is magic. Imagine a lost city that's
I can
lived
learn
here
some-
longer than us.
There's also the concern of if we take anything iconic from this area, we're not supposed to.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I wouldn't say that's iconic from this area. I just say it's something different entirely.
Yeah, essentially the tribal laws govern thievery against objects in use, right? Like community held objects.
Okay.
That entire city is like, because stuff is communally owned, like no one lives in that city, so it's not part of the community hold anymore.
So, like, if I took a book from the library, I would be in trouble. But since
Exactly.
I didn't, I'm not.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because that's everyone's books, not just yours.
Oh.
I suppose it's worth taking a look.
Also, if there's anything that you want to get upgrades, Father makes his own stuff, and there's blacksmiths around here that are everyone's advanced. So
Yeah, like any tools or
Oh,
stuff
wow.
you need to repair, you can get repaired here.
yeah, or you can get better.
I would just want to like enchant weapons and stuff, but I don't have any materials to do that. Well, any stuff to pay people to do that.
Well,
I could I could multi-class next time and get artificer. That just seems like a natural course of things.
that's not necessary, but you can. You can go to the library. We can also pay off our debts if we want to get better items. We can just work. Dude owns a shipyard, and Bear, your craftsman skills are useful. Mercenaries, you can add magical layers to stuff. Lavin, you can also add magical layers to stuff.
And Trevane, and Thelbin, who both kind of been listening up to this, are like, don't we have to like track down a dragon or?
Yeah.
And
I mean-
and Thelbin is like, listen, they know what they're doing. Don't get involved. They're the experts, not us.
Thank you, Thelvin.
Hmm.
What can Thelvin do for us? How can he earn money?
Sell his bot. No.
No.
That's my job.
Yeah.
Hello.
No, he can cook. That's about it.
I mean, I know you guys want money and you want upgrades, but we also time is of the essence. We've already lost a month with this whole dragon coup thing.
Well, is it really? I mean, we have to go back there, but we need a good like army. So as long as we get we don't want to pre-rush things. We are.
No, I'm just saying, like, we can go talk to Kopacha and then, go talk to the Sultan and just figure out what's and gain allies along the way.
Do we know, like, how's the war going with the dragon and the Sultan? Like, is he winning? Is it a stalemate? Is he losing?
Information as far like Yoroli is quite a long ways away, like even further than from Cormet's, right? So getting news from there, even in this more advanced age, is difficult. You know that he's holding his own, and that he hasn't
Yeah.
capitulated yet. And that was the last time some good information about Euroli's like situation reached any of you, and that was about a month ago.
Like months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we should probably then. Yeah, we should definitely probably go faster to get there. We might even get a reward if we like help out in the battle.
So
or
there,
something.
there is still a black, a white, a red, and a blue dragon that are unaccounted for essentially.
I'd
We
much
know of
rather
the-
go against
Yeah,
the
you know where the blue is.
Right.
Hmm.
I
Could
think
Go ahead.
if we talk to Kopacha, we could probably get a better idea of what we actually need rather than just like, oh, I want this upgrade or I want to enchant this weapon. Maybe we can be a bit more strategic and he can just tell us what's most likely to work or what will work and we can just
Oh, it's
focus
against
on
the
that.
mind, right? He's a mind dragon. Oh, sorry. This is just what I gathered from my research. I forgot that I didn't share this with you guys yet. What
Kopacha's
he is-
Aarakocra.
Oh no, I thought we were talking about like to fight the green or green dragon. What's his name?
Francesco?
Yeah, Francesco. To fight Francesco, this is actually kind of my goal is to get a record of like monster guide and like kind of keep a kind of like a book of knowledge on monsters. The first entry, the dragon, I know, but I did some research and tried to find maybe some more accounts, and what I could tell is that he's a mind dragon. He basically is very known for tricks. Like his kind is very known for tricks
Yeah,
and
Francesco's
stuff.
well known for being a manipulator, sure.
Yeah, and so like basically, it's like we need to fight him in the mind as well, like not just battle, because he's basically known for what I can gather is he specializes in poison and tricks. You know, like
4D
basically a shadow
chess.
master from behind.
4D
What?
chess being played right
Oh
here.
my god!
So it's like you're making a guide to everything. Mysterious' guide to everything.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, so if we want information about all the other dragons, I could possibly go get that. I have a dragon connection myself.
You just hear him like, yeah, like he's shaking and like, yes.
Yeah, so
You guys,
I guess DM is going to say like, all right, so your options before you, right, are go to the Aarakocra city, go investigate the ruins out in the jungle, visit one of the bronze dragons and see like what information you get from that. Am I missing anything, party people?
Go see the Sultan.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you could like say fuck it to all this, go to the Sultanate.
or we could explore to an underground city. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
the
Yeah.
jungle ruins.
I was gonna say that if we're like adventurers and we're for the people, if the people are doing better now, and they weren't doing so good with the Duchess, would it really be a good thing to interlude because the people are doing better themselves? Even your guy that worked for you said they were doing better. So would it more likely be a problem if we went over there and interrupted things?
My main concern is that this entire thing is to summon a really dangerous goddess.
Don't they need everyone to be in charge?
I mean, there's nothing we can do about Francesco right now. That's
There's also,
obvious.
like, a personal grudge against Francesco. Like, are we right? Like, I personally want him dead, but like, I don't know about you guys, but I want revenge for what he did to us.
Fuck that guy, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys know what your options are. I guess, like, vote on it. We'll see where we go, yeah?
And to be honest, I think I already know where the White Dragon would be. There isn't many frozen lands in that's where they're mostly from, aren't they?
Yeah,
True.
there are definitely tales of white dragons, sightings, and like actual like encounters with amongst your people. Bear.
Yeah. If anything, I mean, the people who live in the mountains would know the best.
I say we split up for a while, then meet back here later. You guys go to the Arakakra, and I can go check out my dragon. See if they have some more information.
Splitting the party. Love it.
But
I have my own crew.
Trevane like pipes in, but we only have one airship.
We can't really separate.
Right, hold on. I'll draw you guys a map real quick. And we'll still be here. I'll just be going to the protectors. I'll just go to the Arakakra and I'll find you guys later.
But
Oh my
again,
goodness.
hold on, we only have one airship.
You're just going to the Arakakra, right? You could just walk there.
No, you
This
cannot.
place is
They are
between the
bird
borders.
people. They specifically built their city so you could only get in there via flight.
Oh yeah. They live in the mountains though.
Yeah, okay, and
Not every mountain's traversable by foot.
in fact, mountains are famously untraversable.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, you just have to climb Mount Everest to see them. Like,
Yeah,
no, you could do it on
exactly, bro.
foot.
Just
Building
climb
the
Everest.
railroad. While they were building the railroad, I remember hearing reports of like cave-ins and mishaps with dynamite.
Hmm.
That's their fault.
So they were
Yeah, bro. They just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. No, that's silly. So
I
yeah,
do-
both the Aarakocra and the dragon you would be consulting would both, can only be accessed via flight. At least
Really, you
easily.
can't. I can traverse the seas.
Yeah, but also
What happened?
Remember
splitting the party never ends well.
yeah,
Right.
meta DM speak. Like, if we can avoid splitting the party, let's try to do that. That's
I mean,
that's why I'd say put it to a vote so we could all sort of collectively agree on what needs to be done.
I
perhaps
just
since we're here we can talk to the dragons that protect this. Maybe they'll have some insight, and then we can go see Kopacha.
I would really just like to be on a one-on-one with my friend. Y'all
I mean,
splitting the party would be like the better option because it's like more efficient. I understand that y'all have to take the airship, but
Yeah, so
Dad
I mean,
owns
we
a
can
shipyard and
line you
makes his own
have
ship,
your
so
cat on the boat.
I could probably just borrow one.
keep in mind to like again, like I've kind of described what the dragon's living situations are, where it's like, island that raises straight out of the ocean at 90-degree angle. Like, you kind of have to have like some serious air navigation ability to access either of these areas. And I'm essentially like saying, Hollow, what you could do is you could have like a one-on-one moment with the dragon if you like get into that situation. Like where you like, say like, here, let's take him aside and talk to him. But like full on splitting the party, I would recommend against.
I mean, we gotta think about it as well. Mysterious, even with all of us, even more people, if we get into any fights, they
Yeah,
seriously want us dead.
Keep in mind as
Mysterious
well, a lot
almost
of people
died.
are hunting your asses right now, and if you get caught out like alone,
Cut out.
what me?
You cut out for a second.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I did not know I was cutting out. But
It was probably just for me, but I don't know.
oh, okay. But yeah, essentially, like if you get, there's a lot of people hunting you guys right now. So if you like split the party and go off on your own, that's fine. But keep in mind, you're in a lot of danger should you get caught out on your own.
Even if we get caught out by monsters, this jungle is definitely not safe. The mountains are definitely not going to be easy.
I mean,
We need
there's
each
a
other.
reason Athgalor wasn't able to, keep their colonies here going for very long.
We need each other to live.
Even the full weight of that
Yeah.
empire was not prepared for the conditions that are present here.
Yeah,
Fine.
I personally think I don't care where we go. I think we should not split up the party because otherwise this is in character, not party. We shouldn't split up because it's too dangerous. We're being hunted. I almost died last time, and that was with everyone together.
That was
Fine.
with more people
Let
too.
me just go check on my crew. I haven't spoken to them, and they had to leave
Mhm.
without me. They don't know if I'm okay, and I don't know if they're okay. So I
Okay.
gotta go see if they're all right. It's
Okay,
captain's duty.
All
yeah,
right.
let's go. Let's go meet your crew.
We'll have an idea of what we want to do when you get back. Sound good?
Mm-hmm. I agree. We'll go to the Aircock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
Sounds good.
can't
damn.
really waste time.
I wanted to go treasure hunt.
And keep in mind, like
We need.
I've basically planned out for any of these options, so like whatever you guys take, that's fine. Um. So yeah, Hollow and I guess Masaries too. Since you two buddied up for a while, head off to Hollow's ship because when the Cormetzian things happened, Hollow's weed vessel started its way back home as well. Um, so yeah, they are they're moored in port, and in fact, you did have a chance to meet up with them again. Not like to speak with them or anything, but they were present at the ceremony last night. And they're sort of sitting by the dockyard. Uh, your first mate's just sort of smoking a pipe, just like got his feet kicked up, playing cards with your two other crewmen. Hey, Cap, what's up?
Uh, was the journey okay? Is everybody all right? Ships, tip top shape.
Yeah,
Nobody got injured.
we got out. We got out right when the going was good. They fired a few shots at us, but otherwise we got out completely scot free.
Nice.
Everybody's here. Check. Roll check.
Mm-hmm.
So, John. Good. All right. Just making sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
you got
please,
something up, Cap?
I'm gonna have to go away again. I have some problems that I prefer you guys to not get into.
Sure.
It's more safe for that.
Mm. Yeah,
It's best for you.
we've just been working with your old man since we got back. We had a much longer voyage though. What made you guys take so long?
Side journey.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, hey, Miss Aries. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Hello. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, hey, what are you up to, nerd? Heh.
I'm thankful to
Don't think
Hollow
I
for.
forgot about you scamming me out of all my money. Fucking trick card deck. Alright.
They
Anyways,
were fair cards.
anyways,
It was just
Cap,
my hand.
what we're planning to do is to keep on doing work around the village, and we heard about what you're going through, and we're gonna essentially send any good stuff that we make while we're working out here back to you if that's good. Because we want to
That'll be
help,
fun.
we just don't know how to. We're not master swordsmen like you, mate.
You all have your individual skills, and I always will admire them. You're all powerful
Exactly.
in your way. Don't doubt your skills.
Master fishermen and master freighters right here. Am I right, boys? And the two guys go right, and they like flex their muscles, even though they're like scrawny sailor types.
Um, I need you guys to, you know, we need a way of teleportation. I would also like a new
Teleportation.
weapon.
We're teleporting somewhere.
Or
What?
teleport small items to me.
Yeah, we have a
Like,
way to teleport you small things, but anything bigger than like a baseball, we ain't getting that to you. Sorry, boss.
that's fine. That's fine. It's only a money constraint
Exactly.
over here.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have
Talking
the
about money.
we'll have the town's wizard send you any like good stuff we make while we're working out here. Sound good?
Also, can you get these schematics to my father? I would like to make a certain gun with some
Um.
magical ammo, and take this
Mm-hmm.
necrotic essence. I've got it from my travels.
Oh. Oh my.
Getting
Sure
from the
thing.
guns?
We'll
Oh,
we'll take you right. We'll take that straight to your boss, Mister Man.
Thank you. See you guys later. Safe travels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And yeah, Hollow and Maseres make their way back. So
Yeah.
the crew has pretty much boarded up the entire ship, and they're ready to take off at any time.
Okay. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it was the hands, not the deck. But first off, second off, do I have to pay them back on those debt, or
No,
do I just get the?
they've it's bygones, let bygones kind of thing. You're fine.
Okay. Oh,
No, they'll give you like angry looks every now and then, but if you want to, you can pay them back, but you don't have to. You know they're
when
not
I'm
gonna
rich,
do
I'll pay
anything.
them back.
When I'm rich,
I'll pay them
you
back when I'm rich.
All right, famous last words.
I'll each give them 10 gold coins when I when I get rich.
Well, everyone, have we taken care of all our business here?
I think so. I mean, business was to recollect and I guess repair the ship. That wasn't originally part of the plan, but I think we're ready. There's not much I didn't have much money to go shopping, and what I would have liked to have bought, I can't take with me.
Oh
So-
wait, can I go shopping to get some components for my spell?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Also,
yeah,
Casey had our
that's
group
not
funds,
something traceable, so
so-
you can get spell components here, and I'm not gonna make you
Okay,
argue
also-
that out.
Okay, Casey had our group funds. Just wondering, does anyone have those notes? We don't know how much money we have as a group.
I mean, I'm sure we can just ask her later, and we can get those notes from her.
Mm.
Okay. Also, in RP, are we RPing where she just took the money and ran, or like, or do we
More so, you guys just can't find where it was stashed. It's somewhere, on the ship. Yeah, exactly. In all the boxes, you just don't know where.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a treasure hunt on our own ship. So.
I mean, I'd much rather go to a lost city because we can have all the knowledge in the world. If we don't have the funds, the weaponry, or anything to fund that war, we're not going to be able to do anything. I can know how to kill a god, but if I don't have the tools, I won't be able to get anywhere.
You truly want to explore the lost city, don't you?
I want to, yeah. But I'm fine with going to
I mean,
Birdman.
we can do like what we can just spend the day exploring, and then we can leave tonight.
I was planning to
Because,
stay here for a bit longer, but you know, let's
I
get
mean-
this stuff over. We got to move to Eric Crocker now. It'll be best to get a short talk over, so we can do
Yeah.
other things.
Because if we're going to go to a city, we won't have any money to buy anything that we would want. If we see any magic items or
I'm
anything
gonna
that
say,
we
like, you
need,
you do get the funds back from Casey, like, once we DM her at the end of the session.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not stripping you guys like that way. That'd be rude.
yeah.
So we're gonna go see Kopacha then.
Yep.
If y'all want.
All right, so we have our heading.
Yep.
All right, say goodbye to any family members or loved ones you have. And
You make it sound like we're never going to see them again.
It's a possibility, isn't it?
Every time
I'd
this
like to
ship
say
takes
no.
off, you guys dive into danger. You all know the risks you took when you took up this quest, and you did it anyways.
I was misfortunate to be pushed into the situation. I didn't want to be here.
Come on, and Trevane elbows you. A true man like you can take on anything.
I mean, you drank poison. No one else would do that.
Yeah.
You did that.
You did that.
Well, here's the difference. He is much smarter than me.
Mm-hmm. And the ship begins lifting off while you're having this little argument. And
Yeah, and also you guys just hear a hawk come in. Sorry, I forgot to find familiar spell.
Yeah.
I just always forget this.
Yeah,
This
okay.
hawk just comes in and lands.
And the hawk
You
is
can, like,
actually carrying something. That it has a note from Hollow's mom, and a little package on it.
Okay, what's this?
It says
hoping it was a gun.
I know it's your favorite, and there's like some leftovers of the capybara feast food.
Yes.
There.
Gotta send them off with leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
Leftovers are amazing.
Yeah, you get that in a good microwave. Like capybara reheats pretty well, I hear.
You put it in the air fryer.
Oh yeah, you guys got one of those now.
Delvin, have you checked out the kitchen?
Yeah, they messed it all up.
They messed it all up.
I beat it. It's worse now. I liked
Elvin,
I liked the fumes from the coal.
Oh,
I could just teach you how to use it.
It made me feel like I was dying. It was great.
Okay.
you were always kind of like, oh, I don't have an oven. I can't really cook much. So I just thought it'd be nice to come up with a safer alternative.
It's yeah. I'll and he is actually smiling a little bit. I'll make stew.
Okay. Levin, should we get those rapier proficiencies, right? Sword trading.
Sure, we can work on that.
Sorry about that. I thought I muted myself.
That's all good, boss. And with that, our lovely little misfit crew is off to their next destination. We have about 30 minutes left in our usual session time, so it's up to you guys. We can either stop here for today, or we can go a little bit longer. What do you all think?
I'm okay with going longer. Anyone else?
I think it's best to get as far as possible in the story. I do want to do other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, we can keep going.
Okay. Yeah, you guys fly along, and it's nice to have an airship that flies correctly and is, and actually the engine's been a lot quieter. Like, even before it got busted, it was noisy. Now it's nice and quiet, and there's like a kind of like Star Trek engine kind of feel to it as it sort of nicely slips through the air. And you see like the strange bird species and like even creatures as big as like wyverns and hippogriffs flying pretty natively, over the canopies. As you head southwest, the air becomes more and more cold, and the highlands become drier and drier. Till finally, out front, in front of you, ways and ways off, you see a mountain with a waterfall sort of spilling from it, and it looks like a volcano, honestly, like tall and very wide, with a deep recessed caldera, sort of reaching down into it. And as you get closer, you a bird, not a bird, but you feel like a tapping sound on the bottom of your deck.
Uh-oh. Do I hear it, or does everyone hear it?
Everyone hears it. It's not subtle.
Lavin's gonna look over the side of the ship.
Customs and shipping patrol here to investigate your cargo. Make sure you aren't bringing any contraband. And it's
Don't think
it's an
we are.
Aarakocra wearing like some light plate mail.
Good thing we changed our, ship stuff, so they don't really recognize us. Got a whole new makeup. I'm gonna take off my mask, with goggles, get a little look, and say hello.
Oh, hello there.
I'll use disguise self, which I just happened to learn
Mhm.
in the library. So, luckily, I'll be like, "Ooh, I can make it new," and I use disguise self to make myself look a little bit older than I am.
Hmm.
Hello there, and I come out and like, "Hello there, good sir."
You all look an awful lot like fugitives I've been hearing have been around the area. I'm certain it's just a coincidence.
You mentioned you wanted to come forward and take a look at our cargo.
Yeah. Do you have a registry of what you're carrying in your cargo hold?
I actually do have a registry.
Excellent. Show me the ship's log, please.
Here you go. Everything is in order.
Registered to one Monsieur Giovanni. All right, sounds good. Now, I know Mr. Giovanni is wanted by Viscora, but we don't. That's not for me to report. Nope. I don't know. We don't. If we reported everyone who was wanted by the law on Jokkawog, well, there wouldn't be anyone living on the island anymore, would there? They're called pirate republics
Yeah.
for a reason, you know.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Typically, this is where people go to despair.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's every kind of illicit substance somewhere on this island, I bet. And let's see. Yeah, you all look decent enough. You look strapping fellas. I hope you have a good time. Make sure not to fall in the water. And he salutes you, and he essentially like follows along with your ship, sort of like using his spear to like point you, to conduct traffic essentially, because as this city is only accessible via air, right? Any non-Aarakocra who's trying to access this place is likely doing it via airship. There are a few outliers, though. You see some people riding in on hippogriffs, one or two even on a wyvern, and at one point you even see a guy on a flying carpet come into the city.
Nice.
And there,
Hey, look, it's Aladdin.
and there's like the entrance. There's two entrances into this Aarakocran city, right? There is the caldera, which you can descend straight down from, or there is the way you're allowed to enter without getting shot at, which is the waterfall gate, which is it's an enormous gate. You could fit 10 of your ships abreast, and they'd be able to fit inside.
Wow.
The one that we're allowed to get in so we don't get shot.
Yeah, you can take either. Which do you guys take?
The one that we're allowed to take?
I listen, I know that, like, yeah, obviously, but sometimes I have to try and throw a curveball in there just to see if you guys take it. Like, it's
All right, everyone. We down to get shot?
we down to get shot. And let me see if I can figure out how to do this. I think I upload an asset, right? Let's see if this works. I upload an asset through my folder, sorry that this is getting technical real quick.
That's right.
Actually, here. I'm going to be right back, if that's all good with you.
Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna go check on my food.
I can't wait to get cool items. Only magic stuff. Because we need it. So far, Bear's idea of like, he doesn't even think anyone else who should tell him anything good information to kill a dragon. Because like in his mind, it's if it bleeds, it can die. If we stab it enough.
Well, you know, killing it when it's asleep is also the best way.
Yeah, but I don't have to go to a other dragon to tell me like you gotta stab it when it's asleep. When it's at its most vulnerable, that's when you strike.
Oh no, I got some stuff, but like I don't know that much. I only know about like. I think we should still go just in case. There might be something that we don't know that's special about this dragon, like homebrew. We can't just use
Out of character, I already kind of know everything about the dragons, but in character, he doesn't know shit. He just knows whatever color they are, that's what they do.
Yeah. I don't know, like I think it's just homebrew, right? Because like green dragons are poison, not normally no trickster and stuff in mine.
No, green dragons are lore rise tricksters.
Really?
Yeah, they're cunning. There's one of the smaller dragons, but they are very, very cunning. They're very smart.
I need to use green dragons more. I've been using regular dragons. I used an ancient dragon bronze for one of my players. I also am using a white
Sorry,
dragon,
disappearing
which
real quick.
is fun.
Oh, why dragon is a feral? Oh, what?
Okay. Yes, this is where I put the asset so that all of
Dr.
you
K is
guys...
back, but muted while speaking.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Well, the people on the stream will be able to hear that stupid sentence I said. Yeah, no. I'm just saying essentially that I've figured out a cool new idea. I can create a new page. Oh man, it looks like shit. So I edit it so it looks less like shit. I can just go with that color. Save those settings. Okay. Okay, and then I drop in the city map. I take the city. Oh. I take the city map and let's see. I drag it out so it's much bigger. And then, let's see if Dr. K can do this magic of finding the one pixel that lets me increase its size. 1 pixel. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now I can take all of you guys, all right, and just take your player tokens, drop you here, and you all can see the map. Haha, brilliant. And you don't have to stream snipe. Excellent.
This is the
Yeah. Exactly. This is the city that you find yourselves in. Basically, that these blue sort of gates up at the northern point of the map, that is the waterfall gate you'd be coming in through. You all can see, yeah?
yeah.
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 Okay.
So should we go to Lakeside then?
Yeah, from there, Trevane takes you guys into Aviator's Bay, and that's where airships get docked. Now, the city itself is very interesting looking. It's set over an extinct volcano, and it has essentially a lake at the bottom layer of it, right? and about you have like these rocks that jut up about 200 feet up, right? And like
Yeah.
built into the cliff sides and like spanned across like these giant stone arch bridges with no handholds because again most of the inhabitants fly are built like essentially a vertical city made of like these stone almost dwarven looking vertical buildings just like hanging over the lake, and you see Aarakocra like flying back and forth, pretty gleefully over it, and forming sort of an impromptu form of public transportation. You see these little like gondola cars on like wires that sort of crisscross the entire place. So you can either walk across the dangerous stone bridges or take the dangerous gondola cars. Um, and it's very interesting. The city looks almost dwarven in construction, like carved out of like these big square heavy stones. But clearly, no dwarf could live here because most of these are free falls, and like the actual decor of much of the city itself is these beautiful like colorful feather and cloth tapestries that dot the entire place.
Let's
Um,
see.
and with that, you kind of get a chance to get an overlook of what much of the town looks like. But after that overview, and once you've landed, it's really up to you guys to find the this old Aarakocra who could be basically anywhere in this city.
Hmm.
The Aviator's Bay, it's like every other airship port that you've seen. This one's much larger though, capable of holding 9 ships. Hollow's
Ooh.
port was pretty good, but it could only hold one at a time. So this is a much more industrialized scale of
Oh.
porting here. And Aarakocra, who can fly and all that, are pretty adept at fixing and working on these airships that are landed here. The few non Aarakocra are mostly, at least in Aviator's Bay, merchants whose ships have landed. From
Let's
here,
see.
it's up to you guys what you do.
So, does anyone know where is there like a big community hub? Like, does there seem to be like a big space where everyone gathers, like a tavern or something? So we
Yeah,
could
there's taverns
like
in this
oh
city, like anywhere else in much of the world.
so like Hanging Market, would that be the place that we should go? Like if we wanted
Yeah,
to
that's
get
that's
news
the
and
Grand
stuff?
Market District.
I mean, it
Hmm.
seems pretty central. We could head there and ask people along the way. I mean, Hollow's father mentioned that Co- Copacho is fairly old and has worked with the council here of elders. So we can figure out where they are. Maybe they can direct us towards him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's famous, right? He's quite revered, and people know where he lives here, right?
I mean, maybe, but you live for a couple centuries, you might become a hermit.
Yeah, that's true.
And of course, at any
For
point,
me.
feel free to ask me if you need clarification details for anything in the scene or anything surrounding you guys.
Just all we've been given so far is that he's large, flightless, green, and uses a cane, and he lives in the capital.
Yeah.
So
Let's just ask people if they might know this person.
that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see what stuff they have for sale here.
We could check out the market and ask her if anyone's heard or seen him.
Yeah. We need to look for work, I think. We don't have enough money to do anything, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with getting some work. I mean, I feel as if maybe we could do some. We could get a quest from him for like payment, so that we could get knowledge along with a payment, and kind of work something out that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you guys want to look for work, I can always ask around and see if I can find any information.
I just want more streams of revenue. Because currently, we don't have a lot of money, and personally, I think we're underprepared.
Oh,
We're
That's what
not
the city.
we're not rushing to fight a dragon anytime soon. We're mainly trying to collect allies and information.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's always better to start preparing whenever you can.
I mean, you guys need to stop them. However you do that, that's entirely up to you guys.
My plan to stop them is stabbing them.
That tends to stop
Simple.
people, yeah. That
Yeah,
does.
no, I mean, like, if it bleeds, it can die, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, there's an art to it. Like, there's an easier way and there's a hard way. Let's pick the easier way if we can.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
I've put your guys' tokens onto the city map, so you can sort of move them about to basically wherever you guys are, looking to investigate and things like that.
So, is it okay if we like split up here or like?
Yeah, you guys can like here versus like over the vastness of the ocean. Like here, like you guys can mostly come get each other if an emergency breaks out.
Okay.
I think we need to find a place that we set to always come back to at night or a certain time so we can meet up.
I mean, we could just come back to the ship.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
The ship, a tavern, is
Um,
entirely on you guys.
Yeah,
Okay. So, someone can go to the Hanging Marketplace, Low Halls, Delver's Court, and Clifftown.
Okay.
I want to go to the Hanging Market because I'm pretty sure that's where I can buy stuff. I want to see what they have.
I guess I'll go to the low hall, right? That's what we're supposed to go. Uh-huh.
I mean,
You can go
we
anywhere
all
you want.
Yeah, like
I can pass through the hanging market on the way to Low Hall.
like you guys have
Mhm.
full discretion. You can go wherever you want. I can't stop
And
you.
Civic's partition seems like a
Maybe we should just work our way from the left side to the right side until we find out where this person is.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Nomad's Landing.
Okay.
No man. Okay.
I want to go to Hanging Market. Anyone can come with me.
I'll come to hanging market with you.
Okay, and then I'll just go to I'll go to Trodden Town.
Okay. All right.
Which is
Yeah,
right
drop
here.
your tokens there, and we'll do it. We have
Okay, hold on.
15 minutes left in the session for today. So
Okay.
keep in mind that obviously I'm not going to do full scenes, and I'm going to give priority to larger groups. So
Okay. Well, I'll be in Weaverville, and we can. I'll just wait.
okay. So you two hang out or make your way to Hanging Market, right? And as you pass through, you notice a couple things. Trottertown. This is clearly a place where a lot of the non-Aarakocra population lives. People who walk on foot, and more so than almost any other district you saw on your way in, this one is friendly to people who cannot fly. So it's got actually streets with guardrails to make sure you don't fall down, and areas where city blocks and streets are packed enough close together that there's no danger of falling to your death even. It's great. And there's exactly the kind of population that would pour in from a place like this. A lot of Ascalorian humans, spring, summer, and the occasional Goliath live in Trottertown. as well as like even some dwarves of and halflings and all that. Like it's pretty diverse. For basically anyone you could find on an airship crew has made their life here over a couple generations. Spire Point is the highest district in the city, and like you're basically walking upstairs to get to it. It's a wealthier district that allows for an overlook of the entire city from there. It's quite beautiful. And once you begin descending down the stairs again and getting into Hanging Market, uh, there's Aarakocra everywhere, hanging from perches and like awnings. And, again, the city, I cannot emphasize this enough, is built with a three-dimensional viewpoint instead of, gravity is not an option here, or not a barrier. And so
Right.
you'll see like shop entryways where the door to get into the shop is 40 feet off the ground, and everyone just kind of seems okay with that. Uh, there are the most popular and like smartest shops though. Obviously, make it so that even the Earthbound can also take part, and these are the much larger shops that seem to have like a more universal appeal.
Well, where do you want to start?
Do you think we need supplies, weapons, or should we ask around?
I can ask around while you do your shopping.
I'll look around and see what we need. Because, I'm gonna be honest, you get stabbed pretty easily.
Well, the thing is, up until very recently, getting stabbed wasn't really a concern.
Very true, but let's make sure that you and Mysterious don't die. Because 2 weeks, not even that long ago, Mysterious went through a wall and just was out for 2 weeks. We can't have Mysterious stub his toe and be gone for a day.
That's fair.
We need, yeah. I'll look around and see what we could get.
Okay,
Okay.
class, and the finder it is.
Um, and so as you both kind of and Hollow, or not Hollow, Lavin, what is your plan?
I want to ask if anyone's seen Kopacha and just
Okay.
also like browse the shops as I go and see if anything catches my eye.
Okay. Yeah. So you two sort of meander about, and sort of a couple things are quite notable. There's like a couple major buildings that kind of dominate the Hanging Market district. Um, One is this sort of like 18-story stone high rise that seems to have shops coming out from every balcony, and seems to be like a vertical shopping mall almost, as it were. Um, Also, there seems to be sort of a wide, like a very wide inn, um, and there like this is like a every town has like a small inn or something like this, but this is less like a country inn and more like a vast kind of hotel kind of thing, called Rock's Roost, and it seems to be by far one of the most frequented buildings around here, as everyone seems to be pouring either in or out. Um, Obviously, since this is an important stopping point for airship traders, that's a lot of who's frequenting this place. Um, and then specifically, Bear, what are you looking for?
Magic. Anything like high up.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you begin looking around, one Aarakocra shop seems to catch your eyes, and it's Karanga's shop of magical frivolities, and it has sort of a like its marketing image is like a magician with doves flying out of his hat.
just sees the word magic, doesn't understand what he didn't even say it, but he's like,
Mm-hmm.
That's
Exactly.
it.
This has the most plainly obvious magical advertising, which is why it's so easily to catch your eye.
hmm. Yeah, he would go in and see what they have. He has a little gold, but he can't. I don't think he could buy anything.
You'll find anything you're looking for: crystal balls, magic herbs, dice that can always come up heads, and a peacock in like a little wizard's hat is sort of staring you over through little thinly rimmed glasses.
I can't stop thinking about Kung Fu Panda's like enemy and like the third one, the peacock.
Oh
But
yeah. I mean, it's that's not a terrible image to come to mind for what this guy
The second
kind of
movie,
gives
but
off.
yes.
yeah.
This is like a more blue and green peacock, and not like the full white one. No.
I would pull up the like the mall, the magic one I have, the Bugbear Smasher, and I would say anything to upgrade from this.
No.
Really?
I mean, I could try, but I'm not much of a smith. I'm more of a magician, a wizard, than a metal worker.
Oh wait, no, it's a magic one. It's a +1 magic weapon.
I
Like
can
anything
clearly
cool.
tell there's like a general arcane aura seeping off this thing, but not a whole lot I could do with it. Right?
Do you have any armor, magic weapons, or anything? Potions?
I do have this. And he shows you this. It's a trick ring. That's right. You want to know what it does, do you?
Yeah.
I do too. Its magical effect changes every time you use it. 100% unpredictable.
That sounds amazing.
It has every spell you could imagine. All the wild magic of the Fae stuffed into one ring. Do you want it?
What do you want for it?
How much gold do you have on you?
I only have 100.
100? Let me see.
I have 101 election piece, which is half a gold coin.
This is Cormetzian money. You think it's going to be accepted around here? Ah. Oh,
I mean, you could always
no.
go.
I think I'll have to hardball you on this one. How about 80?
Deal.
Deal? Excellent. We have a deal?
Yes.
Excellent.
He just killed. The ring kills me.
It just like turns Bear inside out like a sock.
Ooh, wild magic can't actually do that.
Light. It just sucks the life force out of me.
Oh no, that's no good at all either.
Wild magic is wild magic.
I think next time we meet, we'll start with Mysaries and Hollow and Lavin's bit of the story. But I think right about here, with Bear getting a useless ring that he got scammed into buying, I think that's where we'll stop it for today.
Yeah, the classic tourist trap.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. And with that,
Bro, I have thick magic.
I'm gonna turn off the stream.
I'm never gonna
Bye,
let
everyone.
him go again.